That is a really, really good question, and I get it often. I will get a phone call from someone that says, Bob, do you know a good appraiser that can appraise my house or my property? And often I'll say, why? What are you doing? The market has changed. This was a good tactic years ago. However, after the crash in 2008 and after the new lending rules, that appraisal is probably worthless. A real estate broker, a licensed realtor, is allowed to give you an opinion of market. They can do a report, they can charge for it. It is usable in a court of law. So if you're in a divorce or a separation or a probate, an estate, you can use an opinion of market from a licensed active realtor to establish value. There are some courts that will require an appraisal. Most appraisers are licensed. Some of them have a designation that's called an MAI appraisal, which means they have a graduate degree in appraisals, and they normally can do commercial appraisals and bank appraisals. Appraisal is an opinion, and a typical appraisal for a residential home is going to be between $300 and $500. It's an opinion of market. It doesn't mean that is the correct price. It doesn't mean that, and it's based on comparable sales. And I know that I can skew comps any way I want because I can choose where I search and what comps I use to come up with a price. An appraiser has to do the same thing. They have guidelines where they can choose their comps from. But the bottom line is, should you spend the money for a professional appraisal? And highly likely the answer is no. A lender will not use that appraisal. They can't use that appraisal. They actually have to hire an independent third party, which they put a bid out when they order an appraisal. So the interesting thing on that is when you buy a home and you're going through a mortgage company, they provide a copy of the purchase contract to the appraiser. So they know how much you're paying for that house, and they know how much the seller is giving in concessions if they're paying closing costs. So the system is not perfect yet, but it's improving. Please don't hesitate to give us a call at Ernest Realty or any of my full-time experienced agents that want to help you, 727-323-1706 or ErnestRealty.com. Thanks again, and happy house hunting.